gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen. 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 The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you. Be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen. 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 May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his presence go before you and behind you and beside you, all around you, within you. He is with you. He is with you in the morning, in the evening, when you're coming and you're going, and you're weeping and rejoicing. He is for you. 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 He is for you.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Edge Church Online. We want to give you a warm welcome to church this morning. It's good to be in church. Different, but it's good. Wherever you are and whoever you're with and whatever you're doing right now, we just want to bring some words of life and bring some words of light into your world this morning, around what is happening, and just to bring some word of hope. It's Sunday. It's April the 84th. Feels like it. Do you remember the program 24, which was a few series a few years ago? And in that program, the hero of the program was a hero of ours called a guy called Jack Bauer. And if you remember, at the start of every program, at the start of every week, he would come on. He was all breathless and he was all dramatic, like American people are. And he would say things like, "I've uncovered a plot to kill the president." He would say, "My wife and my daughter have been kidnapped." He says, "My name is Federal Agent Jack Bauer." And he would say this, "And today is the longest day of my life." Anybody out there this morning in YouTube world, Edge Church world, who feels like every day of April, every day of March has been the longest day of our lives? Any Jack Bauers out there who might want the wife and daughter to get kidnapped. I'm just joking when I say that. You might pay somebody. But every day it feels like today is the longest day of my life. This is the longest month of my life. We always want to bring some kind of hope. Just some words of life. Just some words of light into your life this morning. I'm going to talk this morning and next week. I'm going to follow this on next week. So you've got to tune in next week. If you don't tune in next week, you're not going to heaven. So you've got to kind of realise that. So you have to commit to tuning in at least 2 weeks. I want to give you the title and talk this morning, and this will make more sense when I get to the story, okay? The title this morning is this, those of you taking notes, In the Middle of the Bridge, okay? That's quite dramatic, isn't it? In the middle of the bridge. Wow, I can hear you all sing. Wow, that's awesome. Thanks, Dave. Well done, okay? That's a big part. The bridge I'm talking about this morning, and my bridge might be different to your bridge, okay? The bridge I'm talking about this morning is a bridge in Sunderland called the Weir Bridge. And the Weir Bridge, we have done this journey so many times, sometimes very slowly, done this journey over the years, Dan and I, many, many times, where the bridge I'm talking about links the city of Sunderland with the football stadium, the Stadium of Light. So it's a bridge that links the two places together. And I've got to tell you, if you've ever walked across that bridge or ever want to walk across that bridge, whatever season, whatever time of the year it is, it's completely open. On either side, nothing stops the weather getting through and the cold getting through and the wind getting through, and it's just completely open. It's bitterly cold. Okay, we've walked across in September and it's been bitterly cold, but believe you me, there's nowhere to hide. The wind is raw and it can be brutal. Now, I remember last year walking across one time of year last year, and we saw grown men cry. I mean, grown, hard men who wear t-shirts in January with tattoos, and they wear shorts and stuff in January, right? These are hard men. We have seen hard men squeal like a 4-year-old girl. Okay, when the frozen rain has hit our faces like daggers and like icicles. Of course, Dan and I just strode across as if nothing. No, we didn't. We cried as well, and there were tears rolling down our face. The bridge can be brutal. In the middle of the bridge, it can be really brutal. And it can be fierce, and it can be hard. Now, you know, we've recently begun to take our grandson Caleb, who is now 5, and he was 4 last time we took him. We've taken Caleb across the bridge a few times. Now Caleb struggles, right? He struggles in the middle of the bridge. Caleb, at the best of times, like any 4 or 5-year-old, does not walk in a straight line. Okay, he's over there, and he's over here, and he drags us over here. I promise you, one day he's going to drag me into the River Weir, and you have to fish me up, because he just drags us. He doesn't walk, he walks in a zigzag. So walking across the bridge, especially in the middle of the bridge, is hard. He pulls on you, sometimes he pulls you to go back, and invariably his head hurts, his legs hurt, his tummy hurts. In fact, everything hurts. And some days, in the middle of the bridge, the only way to keep Caleb going, when he's tired, and when he's hurting, and when it's cold, and when it's windy, and when it's uncomfortable, when he wants to sit down in the middle of a busy road, sometimes the only way to keep Caleb going is to say to him, "Come on, Caleb, you're nearly there. Come on, son, the stadium is just around the corner. Come on, Caleb, you're doing great. You're doing good. It won't be long. You're nearly there." You see, in the middle of the bridge, when it's tough and when it's hard, Caleb does not want to hear words of condemnation. We don't want to give him words that condemn him. We want to give words of criticism. We want to give words that bring shame on him. We want to bring Caleb in the middle of that bridge words of hope. and words of encouragement, words that will help him. And that's exactly what we're doing this morning in the short time that we've got together. For every single one of you this morning in the middle of the bridge. In the middle of the bridge, it's hard and it's open and it's brutal, and at times you've got tears rolling down your cheeks because it's so difficult. Everything aches, your head aches, your arms ache, your leg aches, your tummy aches, and you're aching, your whole body aches. In the middle of the bridge this morning, we want to bring you some words of encouragement, not condemnation and not criticism, to bring you some words that will help you this morning. Let me read something from the Bible, and if you've been in church a while, you'll know this verse. I'm going to read from Proverbs 13 verse 12. Proverbs 13 verse 12. And it's a very short verse, and Proverbs 13 verse 12 says this. You know, if you're in church, you'll know it. It says, hope deferred. That means hope that is delayed, or hope that is on hold, or hope that is transferred. You see, many people nowadays, even believers among us, even church people, religious people, are transferring hope for worry. Instead of hoping, we're worrying. People are transferring hope for fear. Instead of hoping and believing for the best and believing that all things will work together for good at the end of all of this, we're transferring hope for fear. And it says hope deferred or transferred makes the heart sick. The Message translation of this verse says that unrelenting disappointment leaves you heartsick. I think probably a lot of people can identify with that this morning, okay? Right where you are this morning, maybe you've had days, or maybe you've had weeks and you've had this season where every day it's unrelenting disappointment. And it's been going on for a while. It says unrelenting disappointment leaves you heartsick. It's worse. What is worse than any virus, what is worse than any physical sickness, is when our heart is sick because of hope that's been deferred or unrelenting disappointment. If you're feeling like that this morning because of the battle, and if you're feeling like that this morning because of the war and because of the storms you're going through, because of the tough days, because of the bad news, because you're surrounded by negative people, because you're in the middle of the bridge this morning, if that's how you feel, it's a recipe for unrelenting disappointments. Let me give you some stuff that the middle of the bridge produces. And maybe this morning there are some people that are there right now. You've had days like this, and you have feelings like this. This is how the middle of the bridge feels, and I'm relating to those walks that we've had and those journeys that we've had across that Weir Bridge many times in many seasons, on many Saturday afternoons and Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. And Caleb feels like this on a Saturday afternoon. Number one is this. This is how the middle of the bridge makes you feel, produces. It produces, number one, a feeling of this is never going to end. Believe you me, when you first set foot on that bridge and it's open and it's cold and it's windy and it's uncomfortable and everything is, believe you me, when you set foot on that bridge and just begin to walk over it, there is a feeling that this is never going to end. That there's no end in sight. You can't see. You know, we keep saying to Caleb to keep going. You're doing well, son. You're doing great. Look, there's the stadium there. You can't really see the stadium from where we are, but we tell him there's the stadium, and he looks, but it takes his mind off the pain and the aching, and it makes you feel like there's no end in sight. It makes you feel like the hope I had of a quick victory has been deferred, like a quick recovery has been deferred or prolonged, or it's in waiting, or it's stalled. That's how the middle of the bridge feels. Anybody this morning can relate to that? The middle of your bridge right now, the middle of that bridge that you felt sometimes in those days and those weeks, and maybe this morning, right now, you need to hear this message. You're so desperate for some good news. You're so desperate for someone to give you some good words and not criticism, and not to bring shame on you because you felt bad, because you've had down days. No. The Bible never does that. The Bible always produces life. The Bible produces encouragement. We this morning as church want to say to you in the middle of your bridge this morning, you're doing good. You're doing well. It's just around the corner. You're almost there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Anybody this morning, because the plans you made for 2020, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it, to go around people's journals and to go around people's diaries for the 1st of January this year. I wonder what was in your mind. I wonder what was in your plan. I wonder what was on your kitchen planner, diary, iPad, iPhone diary. I wonder what was in yours. I wonder what plans you had for 2020. I can guarantee that nobody had plans for 2020 in March and April to be in confinement, to be in lockdown, to be under house arrest. I can imagine. And the plans you made for this year have all been stalled. And the dreams you had for this year are in waiting. The loneliness that you felt a few weeks ago, it just seems like, it's gone from February to March to April, and the loneliness has been prolonged. It's been drawn out, it's been dragged out. Everything that we hoped for in 2020 is deferred. Disappointment just keeps coming at you in wave after wave after wave, battering your mind and your mood and your heart. And that's how the middle of the bridge feels. And we are with you. If you're feeling like that this morning, believe you me, we've had days like that, and we've had times like, and we've had seasons like that. Number 2, the middle of the bridge is a place of extremes. Believe you me, I believe this every single time we go across that bridge. I think the middle of that bridge is the windiest place in the whole of the planet. It's colder than the Antarctic. It's colder than the Arctic. I'm telling you, we freeze going across that bridge because everything's extreme. Everything's extreme when you're tired. Everything's extreme when you're worn out. Everything's extreme when you're stressed. The rain is heavier in the middle of the bridge. The cold is more intense in the middle of the bridge. Your stamina is pushed to the extreme. The fittest of people in the middle of the bridge, the stamina is pushed to the extreme. You have to walk with more purpose. We tell Caleb, come on Caleb, pick your feet up, don't drag your feet, just keep walking, just keep moving, and you have to walk with more purpose. You've got to grit your teeth sometimes, and you've just got to press on. You've just got to keep going. You've got to press on. Number 3, the middle of the bridge is a place of and produces exaggeration. Exaggeration. Do you remember in the old days, the long time ago? Do you remember the adverts on TV when the Commercial Union advert used to come on? Now I'm really going back a few years now for younger ones, probably won't remember this. But the Commercial Union adverts used to come on all the time, and their quote and their tagline was this: "We won't make a drama out of a crisis." Do you remember that, you old people? You over 40s, remember that? We won't make a drama out of a crisis. You see, a crisis is bad enough without making a drama out of it, and we are in the middle right now of a crisis, of all different kinds of crises, not just a health crisis now. We're in a financial crisis right now. We're in an economical crisis right now. We're in a crisis of all different kinds and all different colours and all different flavours, not just one crisis. And the last thing we need in any kind of crisis is to make a drama out of it, right? The crisis is bad enough without the drama. Now, it just so happens that in our house we have 3 females. I can hear the sympathy coming through right now from all the guys. Right, we have, and some of the women, we have 3 females in our house. And over time, it took time. Over time, I've learned to ignore the shrieks and the shouts that come from other rooms in the house. Okay, so I can be in my office and in my study prepping something or reading something, and we will hear shouts of "Oh no!" and "No way!" and "You'll never believe it!" and the groans of disbelief, and the squeals and the screams, and before I learned to handle this, I used to rush downstairs and to be looking at the phones. I'd be thinking, oh, who's died and what's happened and who's left who and what trauma has befallen someone in my congregation, which one of my sheep has gone astray, and to be looking at the phones and be saying, you'll never believe this. Made in Chelsea has been cancelled tonight. True story. Is that a true story? It's a true story. Or they're watching Dance Moms on TV and they go, oh no. And so I've learned over time that some females, not all of you, okay, some and some males of course as well, do make drama out of a text, or drama out of an Insta story, or drama of something on TV. We are experts in making drama out of crisis. And the middle of the bridge will reveal the drama queens. It will reveal the candidates for actress of the year and actor of the year and drama scene of the year. But can I tell you something else about the middle of the bridge? It also reveals the real leaders. It reveals the true leaders, not just people who carry a title, but it reveals the true leaders among people. Let me give you, as we finish right now, we're in a few minutes, but as we finish, I'm going to give you 3 things. Can I give you, because you've got plenty of time this week, right? Nobody's in a hurry to do anything, yeah? The longest day of your lives. Can I give you a target this week? Can I give you some work to do this week? Can I give you 3 things to work on this week that I am praying and I'm believing, and I do know this will make your week better. This will make the middle of the bridge more sufferable. This will make you walk through the middle of the bridge instead of stopping and wanting to lie down in the middle of the road. Can I give you 3 things so you can give this stuff a daily workout, right? I know some of you are working out, and some of you are working on the chocolate and the biscuits and the cakes. Can I give you? I can imagine some people right now stuffing yourselves with a picnic or a Snickers or a Mars bar or a piece of cake. Put it down right, it's not good for you, put it down. Instead, this week, put away the crisps. Lock away the crisps, right? 3 things this week that will, if you give this stuff a daily workout, right? My wife said this morning, she said you need to work on your arms to build up the muscles in your arms. They're too thin, and so I'm lifting cups of coffee and hoping that they'll work. Give this stuff this week. Make it your daily workout to stop your heart getting sick. Because there are some people right now, and your hearts are in danger of becoming sick because of deferred hope, because of unrelenting disappointment. Let me give you 3 things. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Will be alright? Still with me? Haven't turned off? You better not, because you will go to heaven, remember? 3 things to stop your heart getting sick, to work on these. Number 1. Everybody say number 1. Number 1. Stay calm and stay focused. the two go hand in hand. That's why I made it just one point. Stay calm and stay focused. Can you work on that this week? Instead of making a drama out of the crisis, instead of making the crisis worse, instead of making the problem bigger than what it is, instead of getting things out of perspective, can you work this week on just staying calm, on bringing peace into your situation and staying focused? Now, we can choose to focus on the bad news. We can choose to focus on the doomsday forecasters, or we can choose to focus on the things to be grateful for, right? On the things to be thankful for, on the good news that might come out of this, on the good news that we're getting through every day, the good news that your family are getting sick and people in church are not getting sick and people around you are getting sick, and the good news that people are getting through this, and focus on the time where there is a new normal, because nothing is really going to go back, I don't think, and we don't think, to the normal that it was before. We believe it's going to be a new normal, a new appreciation for people, a new level of gratitude. Can you focus on that when we come out of this and look forward to coming out of this? We sit at Kayla in the middle of the bridge. Look, it's over there. It's over there. If you get across this bridge, Kayla, right? We're in the ground. We're going to see great victory. Dream on. Delusional. We're going to see our team win. Yeah. Hey. Well, you know what, church? When you get over this bridge, right? There's going to be a new normal. There are going to be some victories that you're going to stand, that you're going to sing about, that you're going to shout about. Can you focus on that this week? Focus on words that bring life, or words that, not words that bring defeat. Words, not words that make your heart sick, but words that bring health to your heart and bring healing to your heart. What will you choose this week? What will I choose this week? Will I choose to focus on the bad news and that will bring me worry and stress? Or will I focus this week on stuff that will keep me calm? Focus on things like the Word of God. Focus on things like the good podcasts that are coming out. Reduce the drama, increase the peace. Like that? It's good, isn't it? Good tag. Hashtag /.com. Reduce the drama and increase the peace. Can you give that a workout this week? You know, can you just work that out? Can you reduce the drama and increase the peace? Number 2. Quickly now. Number 2. Things to work on this week that will prevent your heart becoming sick. Number 2, control the fear. Control the fear. Don't let fear control you. You control the fear. And nobody is delusional right now. Nobody is living in la la land right now and believing that there won't be any fear. Of course there will. We live in uncertain times. We live surrounded by horrible things, and this has never happened before. As bad as things have been, things like this have never happened before. It's the first time this has happened on this kind of scale. So you know what, there will be some fear with everything new that comes along. There will be some fear. But what we need to do, what I need to work on, what we need to work on this week and throughout this crisis, is to learn to control the fear. To control it. Not let it run loose in our minds, in our hearts, in our life. We need to put fear on a leash, or else it will run loose. across the garden of your mind and the garden of your heart and make a mess of your life. We need, can you put your fear this morning? I know you're feeling fear, some of you, and worry and anxiety, but can you put that on a leash? Can you control the fear that's in you this morning, right now? And with that, don't feed it. Don't feed your fear. Stop watching every news bulletin and every news flash and every program about the virus. Yes, some of this stuff is important. We need to know what to do. and we need to know what's happening. But don't look at every single program and every single snippet and every single news story about the virus and every rumour and every gossip on social media, right? Because it can be filled with all kind of rumour and gossip that are not based on truth. Hang around that stuff. I'm telling you, hang around those kind of people too much and it'll make your heart sick. I'm telling you, you hang around that stuff for too much longer, for too long. If you let that get into you, it will make your heart sick. Instead this week, why not? Work on this. Feed your faith. Feed your faith. Don't feed the fear, feed your faith. Oh, this is too good. This is too good. Well done, Dave. I've got no one here to clap me, so I'm clapping myself, encouraging myself. Come on, Dave. Feed your faith. Don't feed the fear, feed the faith. The Bible says that faith comes by hearing the Word of God. I need this morning, and I need this week, the Word of God in my life. Feed your faith and starve your fear. Grow your faith and shrink your fear. How many people this morning want to shrink their fear? Or want to shrink their worry? Or want to shrink their anxiety? The only way to do that this morning is not mind over matter. It certainly isn't watching the news. It's certainly not watching all the gossip and rumour on social media. The only way to do that this morning is to feed your faith on the Word of God and feed your faith on good stuff and good words and good life this morning. Number 3, finally, I'll finish with this. The third thing to work on this week, to have workout in, to keep your heart from being sick, is guard your heart. Guard your heart this week on twins of overreaction and speculation. They are the terrible twins, right? Overreaction and speculation. Don't overreact and don't speculate. Don't let your imagination be fed by the fear. But guard your heart this week. Do a workout on this. Work on this every day this week. Go back to your notes and go back to the podcast and what did they say? The 3 things I need to do this week. Guard your heart against overreaction and speculation. You see, on a difficult day, going over the bridge, on a difficult day in the middle of the bridge, when it's at its coldest and when the wind is at its fiercest and when the rain is at its heaviest and when we're at our tiredest and weakest and when Caleb is at his achiest, right? On a difficult day, that bridge seems to go on forever. Just seems to be never ending. And never mind Caleb, but we want it to be over. And you can't walk quickly over the bridge. I can't walk quickly over that bridge, and nobody can, I don't think, because you've got crowds of people there. And even on the most difficult day, you know, Caleb, sometimes, and not every day, but sometimes in the car, as we are a mile into the journey, Caleb will say, "Can we go back now?" And we haven't even reached the time tunnel, or just approaching the time tunnel. And he'll say, "Can we go back now? Let's not bother with the future. Let's abandon every dream and every future." How many Calebs are there out there right now who are just a little bit in the journey, saying, "Can we go back now? Can we stop now? Can we pack it in now?" and abandoning every dream and every future and every hope and every plan. Let's just go back. You know, we can't face this bridge. We can't face this battle. We can't face one more disappointment. And maybe people this morning, and you feel sometimes like we do in the middle of the bridge. I want to include you in my prayer this morning. I want to include you in my thoughts. You're in our thoughts, you're in our prayer. We want to pray for you. You know, give us some kind of feedback on the webpage, www.youredgechurch.co.uk. Give us some kind of feedback on YouTube or whatever, just when you can. Let us know how you're doing. If this message means anything to you, if you feel like giving up in the middle of the bridge, you feel like, can we go back now? Can I stop now? I want to go on. Then our hearts go out to you. Let us know if this message helps you this morning. Do those exercises this week. Do those workouts this week. Come on, lift those weights this week. Let me give you again. As I finish, number 1, stay calm and stay focused. Number 2, control the fear. And number 3, guard your heart against overreaction and speculation. All those 3 things this week, I can guarantee will help you, will strengthen you, will get you through this week so much better and the weeks to come. And all the Christian people said, and all the religious people said, Amen, Amen, and Amen. Listen, we're praying for you this week. Be good, and we'll see you next Sunday live on Edge Church Online. Have a great week. God bless you. Bye.
Good morning, church. At this point in our service, we normally do our giving, so it's down to me this morning just to bring that to you. I hope you're all good and coping. Week 4 of lockdown, we're getting through it. I'm just going to read to you a couple of verses from 2 Corinthians 9, and it's verse 7 and 8, and it says this. It says, you must each decide in your heart how much to give. Don't give reluctantly or in response to pressure, for God loves a person who gives cheerfully, and God will generously provide everything you need. Isn't that good? Isn't that good, church? I love it where it says don't give reluctantly. You know, sometimes when you're paying for something and you're handing your money over and you're like gripping onto it and holding onto it, that's reluctant, isn't it? But God loves us to give cheerfully. I just want to tell you 2 quick ways that you can give into the life of Edge Church. This is for our Edge Church family. Obviously, if you are not part of Edge Church, we don't want you to feel at all under any obligation. But there are 2 ways that you can pay. Obviously, with not being in church, we're not having our general regular giving. So the first way is by standing order. And to do that, you can go on the Edge Church website. There will be an About Us page, and then from that you go on to the giving page, and on there there'll be details of how to give and our bank details. The second alternative is if you want to pay by cash or cheque. Now normally in church you would put this into the bucket that comes around. Now we can't do that. I'm not going to turn up at your door with the bucket, as we've said before, but we can arrange to collect your giving during this period of lockdown. Obviously social distancing will be upheld, and so we can do that. You can arrange for us to come to you, or you can drop off at our house, and just to let you know that it will be banked straight away by somebody in the finance team. Otherwise, if you just want to continue to do what you've been doing up to now, that's great with us. We just pray that you have a fantastic week, and we'll see you this time next week. Bye.